turn that frown around. Bright side vibes bouncing all around. Hopes bursting out, laughter everywhere. Packed with pure joy, we're taking you there. Light mode, wonder we bring. Good times forever, hear us sing. Feel the beat. Flip your feet.
Hey.
Back into the LightMode Podcast, episode 27. Our theme tonight is light, appropriately, for the LightMode Podcast. I know we've done some light adjacent themes in the past, but this time we're actually focusing on the word light. I think we have some very interesting creators tonight. I'm excited to be here. Once again, it's one of those deals where life gets busy, and it's Thursday night. Like, Matt was even scrambling. He's like, oh, snap. It's time to do the thing, and you kind of like drag into it. But I'm telling you, as soon as that theme song hits, it's like an adrenaline shot in my soul. And I'm like, all right, let's do this thing. I'm John. This are my illustrious hosts, Katelyn and Matt, two people that I've suckered into doing this podcast with me that I'm forever grateful for. We are here to flip your feeds. The whole point of this podcast is to emphasize and highlight creators that uplift, that educate, that inspire, that bring joyful tears to your eyes or make you feel the feels in all sorts of ways, that kick doom scrolling to the side and bring hope scrolling into your life. If for whatever reason you're not already subscribed to us, we encourage you to go ahead and hit that subscribe, thumbs up button, smizzack that notification bell. We upload every week, every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. New episodes are dropping, and we're also available on the audio-only podcasts sites like Brain is leaving me, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, so on, so forth. And if we make you smile, if we make you laugh, if we make you yell at the screen because of our intelligence, not stupidity,
Exactly.
Share it with a friend. Talk about us or talk with us. Either way works for us. But we're excited that you are here. Maticus, I will throw it to you because you did such an incredible job making that bass sing on Tuesday night. How was your week, sir?
My week has been a wild one. We had a lot of stuff going on just at work, so been busy there, preparing also to have like a little beach getaway with the family. So that's also been it's been exciting to look forward to. And my kids have been counting down the days literally since really since we left last year. But we try to do this annual trip with my wife's family, and it's fun to get all of her siblings together, and now like her siblings are having kids, so it's just a big old fun time. So my kids and my wife are actually now on their way there, and they're kind of like getting that the first dibs of the beach. And then I'll be joining after work tomorrow, so I'm excited. Actually, I'm really looking forward to that.
Does the extra adults help with the chaos that is the beach vacation when your kids are the age that they are?
I would say yes to no. I mean,
okay,
it is tough. Yeah, like you have more people to play like man-on-man defense with the kids, but at the same time, some of the other adults that are there also have toddler-aged kids. So it's kind of like we're quickly becoming outnumbered as it is.
Just adds to the chaos.
Yeah. When I go to beach with my family, because I am the only one of my sisters who have kids, it's wonderful. It's a true vacation.
Oh my gosh, see, that's
they
nice.
want the kids, they want to go hang out, they want to do all the things. When we vacation with my in-laws, and I have 3 sister-in-laws, and they all have at least 2 or more kids. I've got one sister-in-law with 2 kids, one with 3, one with 4 kids, and then I have 2 kids. And then all of the kids together, they're all at least getting to an age where they've buddied up and they're pretty occupied, but there's those youngest ones that test the limits and boundaries.
Yeah, and that's definitely we're very much in the thick of that. There's 3 like almost 3-year-olds, and so my son, and then we've got 2 nieces that are all kind of like similar aged, and so some moments are great, and then some moments they're like antagonizing one another, and it's like, all right, who started it?
Okay, so I saw
we're finishing
trend.
this. Like
I saw this trend on social media. You should give it a try on this vacation and come back and report and let us know how it works.
Okay.
I personally tried it, and I don't know why it works, but it works. Whenever your youngest is throwing a tantrum, like absolutely throwing it, pitching a fit, and they're not listening to you, all you have to say is, Jessica, Jessica, where are you? Jessica. They stop. They forget why they're fussing or whatever.
I have seen videos on
stops.
Is that real?
I personally tried it. Look it up. It works.
All right, well,
Matt, you've got an assignment.
It truly.
Ollie, I'm coming for you, dude.
You don't even have to wait for vacation. Just seriously, not work on the infant, but like your toddler.
All right.
Like if you just say, Jessica, come here, Jessica.
So when Katelyn's talking a lot and I need to stop her, I should just yell out Jessica. Is that what's happening?
It only works on
That's
tantrum.
funny.
Sorry, John.
That's funny. Huh,
So you're saying it'll work on me?
I'll try it and report back. Everyone might look at me like I'm crazy, but if it works, it
Just
works.
start yelling out,
If it works,
Jessica!
everybody's gonna be yelling Jessica.
Who?
I'm just telling you.
And Kevin's going to be like, and who is Jessica?
Oh,
Like,
no.
you have to do it like when they see that they feel like they have your attention and they're crying and throwing a tantrum and they're doing it for show for you. That's when you completely forget what they're doing. Like you have your attention on them and then you wait, Jessica, and then they're like lost and forget that they're upset.
Yeah, mom and dad are crazy. Is basically what they're thinking.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah, then they grow up and like claim they went through like trauma as a kid because my parents
I've
talked
seen-
to imaginary people.
I've seen the TikToks where they compare it to Olaf on Frozen. Samantha.
Oh gosh.
Samantha.
All right, well, I'll try it. If he thinks I'm crazy, if it calms the seas, we'll worth a shot.
It'll be a funny story either way.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Katelyn, how's your week been?
It's been well, other than even though I was not a part of the UFC fight on Sunday, I woke up on Tuesday as if I was a part of the UFC fight with my eyes swollen. But if you're watching on YouTube, I strategically placed my ring light where you can't see because of my glasses. Strategy.
Good strategy. Yeah.
But luckily it's on the tail end and it's healing. But there's no rhyme or reason. It looks like a sty. It's not a sty, but it's on my lower eyelid and it was swollen. And I went to the eye doctor. Luckily, between medicine and warm compresses, it's working. So, yeah.
Is your eye oozing? Is it
No,
Ew,
luckily
Matt.
it's not.
Ew.
I know.
No,
I don't know.
thankfully it's
Ow.
not. But I did literally, it's given me a great excuse to not be on camera all week at work. So, but it sucks when I go live on social media. So I literally took a couple days off because I didn't want to add makeup.
I was wondering why Bible and Bling was delayed. Okay. I saw your little...
You should have worn an eye
Yes,
patch.
that's why. Bible and Bling. Someone at work told me I should be a pirate, and I said, well, that'll work for a revealing surprise story. We'll be hunting for diamonds as a pirate. But I just didn't make my way over to get it.
I'm actually kind of surprised you don't have a bedazzled eye patch already. So, that would totally be your thing.
I am surprised. And then I'm working on getting all of my fancy outfits together to come to Florida, y'all's neck of the woods.
Yeah.
For July. So,
well, just prepare yourself.
excited.
It is hot and wet.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, I don't plan on really going outside if I can help it. I'm just going to be in the resort the whole time. We might go out to dinner maybe once or twice, but other than that, if I'm outside, I'm going to be by the pool.
There you go.
So last weekend, we flew back from Colorado after spending a week out there where the weather is just
Perfect.
glorious. Matt, I thought about you frequently when we were up in Rocky Mountain
bet.
National Park. I was looking around and
bet.
oh, this is Matt longs and yearns for the mountains.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Yeah, Matt
The
would
trees were
climb
so
that.
green.
Yeah, Matt would totally climb that.
The trees were so green and the grass was so green. I just could not believe it. Looked literally like postcards, pictures that you sent us.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was originally born in Colorado. I didn't live there for very long. I've only been back
Wait, what?
twice. Yeah, I was originally born in northern Colorado.
Did
Yep.
not know that.
Dude, I feel like every time we talk, I feel like you're born in a different state.
Yeah.
Right?
I thought you were
up
born in
north.
Georgia, and
By
then
the
you
way,
moved
I
up
was
to
actually
Massachusetts.
born in Arizona.
How
Okay.
many states have you lived in?
Several. So born in Colorado, lived
Okay.
in Vermont for a very short period of time, then lived in Massachusetts, then lived in Georgia, then lived in Virginia, and then was transient for 2 years in the RV. and then
Gotcha.
now live in Florida. So
what was the state you lived the longest?
Virginia, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
20 years. Longest
I
I've ever
learned
been
a
in one spot.
Longest
I
I
was-
stretch.
was I was itching to get out, man. I could feel the claws of the Commonwealth restraining me, and I had to get out. Zach knows what I'm talking about, don't you, Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Well, I am like more so just there's just Mom, if you're listening, close your ears. Just more reasons that I just don't want to be in Virginia. So
Yeah, I'm
they
telling you.
got me. They're like you need to have a business license for what I'm doing, and I'm like, why? Because they want me to pay personal property taxes on my freaking computer that I pre-owned and my ring light and my phone. Those
Yeah.
are my personal items.
Yeah.
Why? I already paid for those. Like, that makes no sense. They're mine. If I had the business or not, I would
It's
still
the
have
common poor of Virginia. That's what I like to call it.
them. Ugh.
Move to
We need
Florida.
a new
Come on.
s-
Come to
Need a
Florida.
new
Come to the
segment,
free state
capitalism
of
with Katelyn.
But anyway, we flew back from Colorado where the weather was just incredible. I mean, it got hot when we were down in Colorado Springs, but it was like that dry heat. So it's like you're sweating,
Yeah.
but then it just goes away. Or like you step into the shade and the temperature drops by 20 degrees.
Yeah.
And then we went up into the Rocky Mount National Park where at the top at the Alpine Visitor Center, it was like 38 degrees with
Wow.
wind
Dude.
blowing. It was Amy and
Yeah.
Bella were freezing. I'm sitting there like, oh, I love it. But anyway, we get off the plane in Orlando, and it is like somebody just slapped
Yeah,
me
dude.
across the face with a wet towel, a wet stanky
Ugh.
towel. And
Yep.
you know, I'm a Christian. I try to only speak loving things. I try to control my tongue. But while I'm standing outside with my luggage and my family, waiting after having to walk through the chaos that is Orlando Airport,
Oh, it's rough.
and I'm waiting for my park and go ride to come get us to take us to the offsite parking thing because you know we had to do it on the cheap because it costs an arm and a leg to park at the airport. The amount of expletives that were running through my head while I'm standing there and sweat's just dripping down my body, like I had to apologize to God just right there in that moment because I'm like, I'm sorry, God, but this bleepity bleepity bleep 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 bleepity bleep 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 place that you have me is bleepity bleep 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 bleep, and I'm gonna take my foot and bleep bleepity bleep. I mean, it was just scrolling through my brain. I
Man,
was
you were
not
really
happy to return to Florida. I wanted to go right back to Colorado. But anyway, the heat is something different down here. So even if you're staying in your
Yeah.
resort, Katelyn, just beware. As soon as you get off the airplane, it's going to be like, welcome to Florida.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Get a snorkel. You're going to need it.
Wear a bathing suit underneath your travel outfit. You have to swim through the air just to get back to your resort.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And it's been an adventurous week. I had my, you know, because of the accident and things like that, I'm going to Cairo and they sent me for an MRI. I'm not like a doctor guy. Like I don't go to the doctor. I don't take medicine. I just don't. I don't like it. You know, leave me alone. They sent me to an open MRI. I don't know what exactly was open about this thing. It wasn't a tube, but it's like two discs that they try to sandwich you in between to take the imaging. They needed to do my lower back and my neck. They tried first to do my lower back, and they had to wrap me and then push down to wedge me into this thing. And I like barely can't breathe. And I'm like, yeah, no, this ain't happening.
You know who else has done this, right?
Who?
D.
Well, he didn't do an MRI. He did something
I
else.
thought it was an MRI where he had to go and like you're describing it the same way that he described it because he said the guy that was before.
Well, I think that was like a PET scan or a CT scan or something.
Huh.
That's another funny story. And then the other, I'll get to that in a second because that is a funny story. They try to do my neck and then they like restrain you and like lock you in and then they put you in and it's like right in front of your face. I lasted 5 minutes.
Oof.
5 minutes. I couldn't do it. So now they got to
Yeah.
find me an open, like standing one or something like that I can go to because the older I get, the more claustrophobic I get. And I think if they had let me just lay there without the restraint
They should
and
just
said,
Yeah.
don't move,
put
I
VR
could have done it.
headsets on you.
Well,
Yes,
it's not
they
even
did.
that there was no room for a VR headset, Caitlin. That's how close it was to my
Oh.
face.
Try to turn him into a John sandwich.
Yeah, so it was embarrassing. And I was just like, yep, nope, can't do it. Lasted 5 minutes. But so our buddy D, who went to have these tests on, it's a great story, especially when he tells it because he's got a very
Oh, no.
southern accent from Louisiana. And he's sitting there, and he was having some like issues with his heart and this, that, or the other, so they had to take his blood pressure. And they had to do all these things in the process. But he's in this waiting room with all these other rooms with curtains where people are getting different tests done, and he's sitting there in the waiting room to go get his blood pressure done, and all you can hear is somebody in another room getting a test going, "I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it." And then they call him in to do his blood pressure. And they're like, "Your blood pressure's kind of high." And he's like, "You think?" All I'm hearing is people like screaming. And then there's this other room he can kind of see into, and it's a big dude. A big dude's got to get this machine, and it's got to like go around him. And as it's going, correct me if I'm wrong here, Katelyn, but the way he described it, it would start to go around him and it would get caught. So it was like, because he's so big, he didn't fit. He was like hanging off the chair and all that kind of stuff. And Dee's like dying, laughing, watching this guy try to get this scan done. It was. I don't like doctors' offices. Man. Let me just end it with that. I don't like going to the doctor at all. So, have you guys had to have any scans like that done?
Yeah. Yeah, I got
lots of different scans.
Yeah, I got a scan done just to like check my, I don't know, like my whole chest and everything, just to make sure it was like nothing to worry about.
Make sure it's as massive as it actually is. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just make sure the muscles are growing at an appropriate pace now. No, but yeah, I it was an uncomfortable feeling, going into the tube, and it's just like isn't it like a whooshing sound? It's not. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to be there any longer than I was in there. So
yeah,
I mean,
it didn't bother me. It truly, like I've had where you've gone into the whole tube and it's holding your head still, and it's like
I almost feel like the tube would have been better, because I feel like I've seen the tubes, and it's like there's more space around you in a tube.
No, there's not space, but it doesn't bother me. It didn't bother me. I've also been like the most recent one. I'm assuming it was an MR, but have you ever had where they put the dye in?
No.
IV.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, just be prepared, because one of the warning things.
Is that a threat?
What they say, because it doesn't do anything, it just makes you feel warm, but it makes you still feel so warm. They say you're gonna feel like you peed yourself.
Yep,
but you
I've heard that. I've heard that. I think my
and
wife.
You know what? I just let me die. Like I don't.
But I will tell you, it is the craziest thing. I've also had a scan where like. Did you know, fun fact, that your lungs go from the top of your shoulder to the bottom of your rib cage? That's how big your lungs are, in case you didn't know. I learned
Why
that
can't I
when
hold
was in
my
the
breath
hospital.
that long?
Well, I don't know, but your lungs go that far. I had a near
Supposedly, you can actually hold your breath longer than you realize. It's a mind over matter type thing. But anyway,
man.
But,
oof.
Like I had
Skill
a
issue.
near-death experience where I was drowning in the real world, and I only had this much space of my lungs left.
Yikes!
I got to see that on an X-ray. It was wild.
You were actually.
Wild.
Was it like pneumonia or something?
Yeah.
Oh my.
So I went in with a kidney infection, and then they had, and I went.
I feel like we need to give a HIPAA disclaimer for this episode.
Yeah.
So they pumped me I was also pregnant with my son, and they pumped me with so
man.
much fluid because they have to get the infection out of your bloodstream that it all went into my lungs instead.
Wow.
And so, yeah,
Wow.
I almost they brought the chaplain in to ICU to pray.
Are you serious?
Where was I when this was happening?
Yeah,
Caitlin?
and this is after Annalise's wedding. This was like 7 or so years ago.
Why? I guess you didn't
And,
really share that.
I held on to my mom or Zach's hand and my mom's hand, and I said, because I had to focus intentionally on breathing, and I said, if I start to go, wake me up, because I'm not ready yet. Because I had to focus on breathing. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, because when you drink and you eat, by the way, in case you didn't know this, you stop breathing to do both of those things.
Yeah, it's got to close the airway.
I couldn't sacrifice waiting that long. Yeah, I couldn't sacrifice waiting that long even to take a sip of water.
Wow.
It was insane. I was in the hospital for a week.
Why do I not remember this?
Crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
feel like I would have been working at GPA by then.
No, that was actually the time that I was pregnant with Jackson. So that's right before I got laid off for a period of time.
Okay.
Right after.
Man, well, on the topic of light,
it's a heavy topic.
That's a heavy topic. That's not very light.
Hey,
man.
The light of that is I'm alive and I'm well.
You're here, yeah.
And I survived. And they did so many things in my test because they thought that like they thought I had lots of issues, and my mom's like, it's because of her diet. And they wanted to prove that my diet didn't cause any of it. So I was just like, just another tick of a clean bill of health over here. So.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, all these years of eating that bacon's come to haunt me. No, that was fine. I was with my cholesterol and all those things. I was all healthy.
That's funny.
That is
Wow.
funny.
Well, after that heavy topic, let's we got some interesting creators tonight, and we also have a fresh feed segment that I think is going to be kind of funny to talk about. Yeah. So let's get into the creators here real quick, and
Let's do it.
And do I have any volunteers who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Katelyn will go first. All right.
Mine's not funny this time, y'all. Sorry guys, sorry people listening. I always try to find one that's gonna make people laugh and smile, but this one's just, I like it a lot because I want to buy it.
Oh.
So this creator, for those of you listening, and can't see the screen, this is a creator that creates art, and her tag name on Instagram is Light Your Home. She does Christian inspired art. So she goes and takes pictures. In her, you see the little circles, John?
Yep.
It's one of those. I'm sorry, I can't see that tiny. But one of those, I believe has explains of what she does in her approach. It might be one of her pinned posts, but she goes and takes pictures, and then with Procreate and other apps, you can see on the screen right now, she is just drawing and highlighting, and we can't hear it, John, or at least I can't, but
I don't think there's any
but yeah,
audio.
she sometimes takes like years to create these, sometimes months, and she creates these storyboards of
over 100 different steps and
naturalistic
creativity processes. I use many different categories of the creativity world. I always start with my first skill set, which is interior design and editing. I always get my inspiration from interior design and what will be cohesive and peaceful in modern homes. I always start with the fun part, which is a mood board, bringing together bits and pieces of what is in modern homes and what will look good. From there, I start creating a vision of how to bring Christ to life in a peaceful and beautiful way. I then get busy with one of these options. One step is photography, taking these photos of Christ or landscapes and editing them. Another step is Adobe. I love Adobe and I use every tool possible like wrapping, generative fill, AI, color matching tool, and more. I use digital art a lot and in many ways. I can take a photograph, draw on it, filter it, edit it, move it around, and draw on it, and even more. No matter how the image is created, I always end up with using my handy dandy Apple Pen and iPad, which is where I then keep editing, drawing, and maneuvering the image for hours and days until it's where I like it. The process never ends. I am still actually working on an image from 3 years ago. So overall, I am just one big melting pot of creativity. I can't end without shouting out my amazing professional photographer mother and my very artistic little sister Mari, and also being a big part of this creativity for Light Your Home.
Interesting.
So she makes, and like all of her artworks, or at least most of them, have Jesus is walking our silhouette. I love the one that she named the 99. She saw it in one of those
Is it this one with
videos.
the sheep?
It's like yes, it's the one with the sheep, and that's he leaves the 99 for the one. And so like
Art piece 99.
So like you can
That's
go
cool.
and you can buy her pieces. I just like it because not only is it light and bright, like, you know, the color scheme and the palettes, but it lights up your home and it brings Christ to your home in a way that is visible, and it can be a conversational piece in your home. And I just think it's really cool, and how she uses so many. It's not just painting. Like, I know a lot of artists do painting, but it's like that digital art. And then some aspects, I think some of her painting has that like final 3D type of like just white paint to highlight and stuff. But it's really, really cool, the things that she commissions. So
She's merging technology with photography and making fine art, which is kind of cool. I think I've come across her art before. I feel like I've seen this, the one with Jesus walking on water.
Yeah. It's a really pretty art style. I feel like it is like very like trendy. So like yeah, just really beautiful.
I love that. Teaching kids that God still performs miracles. Love that.
Cool. I like art like this that's subtle, right? It's not your. I mean, I grew up in the era of Thomas Kincaid, right? Like if you were a Christian mom, you had a Thomas Kincaid in your house somewhere, and it's like nothing against Thomas Kincaid, but visually, it's like somebody punching you in the eye. In my opinion, it's like
I gotta look this up now. Just to
little.
make sure I'm on
Do
the
you
same
not know what
page
Thomas Kincaid is? It's just.
I think I do, but I want to look just to.
It's at least the ones that I've seen they're very colorful.
Oh yeah.
Very
yeah.
colorful.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with color, but like they always seem busy to me, in my opinion. And I like the subtle artwork that has a message behind it, which is cool. Very cool, Katelyn. Light Your Home. Links in the description below. As always, I'll even link the store if you guys are interested in getting a print to put up in your own home. So, cool.
That's cool.
All right. Since Matt, yours is more interesting than mine, I will go next.
Okay. Win the most
Like
interesting
Katelyn's, mine is not one that is like funny or this, that, or the other. Mine's definitely more educational this week. So when I thought light, my brain instantly, having spent many years in the church on worship teams and in production and so on and so forth, I thought of stage lighting and church lighting. So this account I've actually followed. They're on multiple different platforms, including YouTube. YouTube is where I started following them. It's called Churchfront. And it's run by a bunch of other creators that I kind of follow individually, but it's a business where they do audio visual technology support for churches. So they go and do full installs, they do renovations on church production equipment, so on and so forth. But when I was trying to help piece together at my old church what we were going to do with lighting, how we were going to run a live stream, how we were going to basically upgrade our production, this was the channel that pointed me in the right direction. They are a wealth of knowledge when it comes to anything for sound, for lighting, for technology, system software to use in production in churches. And I know not every church is a huge church that needs all of that stuff. But they're, even if you're a moderate sized church, you can probably benefit by automating some of the things that you do and upgrading your technology.
Yeah.
But they're super informative. They understand what it takes to pull things off in a church production environment. And I highly recommend them. So let's just take an example. Like this is an educational video that they do about the fundamentals of stage lighting. That is not what I clicked on. But hey,
I like it.
Screenshot this, guys, and go follow us. That was
I'm
weird.
giving
I
lighting
was
tips.
like, wait, what? That's cool.
I gave a lighting tip on our
you
last
guys
podcast.
saw where I clicked, right? Like, I don't know how that came up. It did it again.
Hey.
What
we running
in the
ads?
world? Let me refresh this real quick. What in the world is going on here?
That's so funny.
Wow. Let me,
Hey, if it's a theme, light mode commercial, make sure you take this time to hit that subscribe button, follow us on all the platforms, smack that notification bell.
Good Lord. Let's try this one more time here.
4 steps
There
to
we go.
There
professional
we go.
lighting for churches. Step number 1, get your front lighting right. So your front lights should be at a 45-degree angle vertically from your subject, preferably around 4,000 degrees Kelvin for the white balance. Make sure you have front light. Don't worry about any other lights until you get your front correct. Step number 2, your kick lights. Those are called kick lights, hair lights, back lights. They are going to add some nice depth to the image. You can
And
kind
when
of
they're
see
not
his
adjusted
profile
correctly, they will
highlighted
blind
by
your
the
audience.
blue kick light color, so there's some separation from the background. Step number 3 is our atmospheric lighting. Those are all the fancy schmancy lights that we have back here. See these movers? We got these sticks. For moving lights, you need to have a hazer. You want to make sure that you fire your hazer on ahead of time so it can disperse throughout the room. But the reason you need a hazer is so you can
thinking of
see
Sam
the
and
beams
Aaron
of
right
light
now.
coming from your atmospheric lights. That's why we call them atmospheric, because it looks like there's an atmosphere right here. And all these lights and beams fill the room. They do all sorts of fancy things. Sometimes it could be a simple wall wash flush on the back wall. Sometimes it's moving lights with profiles with gobos in them. But do not skip step 1 and step 2, or else step 3 is not going to matter much. Finally, we got step 4, which is the house lights. These ones can actually change color. You can extend the lighting design from the stage into the auditorium. So there you have it. Those are the 4 steps to professional lighting for churches. Check out Craig here from Pro Church Lights. Just go to prochurchlights.com. They've got a catalog of lights. They can do a mock-up service for your church, and they also have a service where basically they can come alongside you and help you install the lights remotely. So it's a very unique service they're offering. Go check it out. Thanks so much, Craig. See you next time.
So again, it's super nerdy. Like, if you're not into this stuff, you're probably not going to be into this creator. But if you have any involvement with, church production, worship, and stuff like that, it's a super useful account to follow. I know there's a lot of discussion nowadays too about, like, it's so funny, like, this new generation coming up, they don't want the haze, they don't want the lights, they don't want the production. I think there is a time and a place for it, and I think there's a time and a place to kind of step back from all of that as well. When it comes to worship, it really just depends on what your community is going for. But I do feel that, just like a worship leader or an instrument on the stage, or a vocalist on the stage, the person running lights and designing the atmosphere around worship or around a church service is just as important in the worship service as anybody on the stage performing music or leading in worship, because it creates a mood, it creates an atmosphere. And maybe it's more geared towards my generation now, because this is the stuff we wanted instead of the boring, like, singing out of a hymnal in a church pew, and now the pendulum swinging back the other way. But I think it can add a lot to the service when you have good production. When you have bad production, it can really detract from the service.
Sure. Too distracting.
Yeah. There was one that I wanted to show you guys too. They did an install in a traditional church that looks really cool. I can find it really quick.
While you're looking for that, I know it's cool because I've talked to a few guys who do, like, lighting and production, and, like, they're not musicians, but they've, like, explained how, like, that is their offering of worship, like, in the middle of a service. Like, me running lights, like, I'm worshiping as I'm doing this. Like, it's my way of expressing that to the Lord. So I'm like, that's really cool, like, hearing it from that heart, because I can also see, like, where people have qualms about church being production. I mean, it's things when they're not when there's no balance, things can definitely get dangerous real quick. But
balance is definitely key.
Yeah, and also, I mean, considering, like, kind of this age that we live in, like, digitally, like, I don't know what the latest, like, research stats show, like, how frequently, like, people attend a church service, like, maybe once every 4 weeks or something like that, like your average American Christian. But I know a lot of people will, like, attend, like, a church digitally, like, online, and so, like, the online service experience, that can also be, like, really affected by, like, the production and lighting. And if the lighting is off and the sound is bad, like, it can be a distracting, like, online experience for those who might be participating in church online. So it's definitely interesting,
especially since COVID. People have gotten used to watching online.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, when things are not good and the atmosphere doesn't feel right for people who have not experienced the presence in a way that is, like, in a way almost feels like in the physical, in around you, if it's not right and things are just audibly wrong or visually wrong and distracting, you're not able to mentally get there, at least in my opinion. So it helps set the environment to allow you to be vulnerable to get to that point. So
well, and I mean, there's always this discussion in worship circles, in church leadership circles, of, like, what is excellence, right? What is required of people that are either paid or volunteers. Sure. And I'm of the mindset that if you're going to do something, especially for the Lord or for the kingdom, that you do the best that you can, You strive for excellence. You don't have to be perfect, but you put effort into it. And part of that is you don't just wing it, right? Like I've been part of ministries that just shoot from the hip and wing it. It'll be okay. And yeah, God can still move. He can do anything he wants to, regardless of our effort. But I think there is an expectation of stewardship when you have responsibility in those things. I thought this, I can't find the video that I was thinking of, but this one's pretty cool too. They show off a little live studio that they put in the lobby specifically for those moments, like when a pastor maybe introducing themselves or talking to the congregation, somebody steps in and specifically addresses the live stream audience as well. And there's a lot that goes into, Katelyn, you know this because you and I have worked before in the past on trying to set things up for recording video and doing live stream type stuff. Lighting matters. Lighting is a big deal, and how you set it up and what equipment you use really affects things. Let's take a look at this.
This is a cool place for an online studio, right in the lobby, right off the lobby.
So the idea is like if you're here in person, it's just a reminder that like, hey, if you're not here on a weekend or something, watch us online during hosting moments. So when the campus pastor's inside the worship center doing the welcome, there will be a specific online welcome in this room with an online host.
Okay.
So they'll cut out of the room for welcome, for like invitation and like send off moments at the end of the service. Where it's kind of like dual hosting at the same time. 2 Vericams in here, and then they have Atomos monitor.
That's
they
some
have
really
a full
nice,
teleprompter
expensive
setup.
equipment, by the
This
way.
is just like a classic studio setup where like you can throw a
pretty
teleprompter,
awesome.
have your talking points.
Looks like you get like 2 sets right here.
Yeah, the room's designed so we can
or 3
shoot
sets, I don't know.
3, 4.
Yeah.
We can move stuff around, which is really convenient to make it feel like you have 5 different spaces, but you're really just in the same room.
Very cool.
I'd love to have
This is
a
a cool
teleprompter.
place for an online.
What's so cool to me about that is it's intentional, right? They are serving their online community with the same intention and effort that they're serving the community that can show up by doing something. Now, you don't need the thousands of dollars worth of equipment that they have. It's nice to have, but you don't need that to get started. It's the fact that they took the time and have the effort and the what's the word? The planning in place to acknowledge and recognize that, hey, there are people that are shut-ins. There are people that may never be able to attend our church because they live in another country or another state, but yet they're still part of our community, and we need to serve them just like we do everybody else. A lot of times the live stream's an afterthought. But anyway, now I'm getting into like preaching about church production and all that kind of stuff. But if you are into that and are involved in a production team or trying to scramble and pull together what you can with the resources that you have, highly recommend this resource, Churchfront. There's a lot of information. Their YouTube channel has a ton of tutorials and suggestions on how to do things on a budget or what you should do if you have the money and so on and so forth. So it's a good resource for people in that arena. So but anyway, links in the description below. And now for something completely different.
Totally different. Yeah. You ready
Go
for
ahead,
this?
Matt. Yeah.
So I sent you Lucy Milgrim, I believe is how you pronounce her name.
Yeah.
I want to say she is, I think, 9 years old. Yeah. I'm looking at her profile now. I think she's 9 right now. But she's like an actual like gold medalist in like several lifting categories. Like she set records for how much weight she can lift. I know she's pretty active with wrestling, but she's got some pretty impressive I don't know. It's funny because the topic is light, and so I'm like, obviously, like lifting heavyweight is kind of the opposite of that. But when you have a really light
she's
person,
pretty
like a
lightweight.
child lifting such heavy weight, it's just, I don't know. My jaw like had hit the floor. I think if you scroll down, the video I had sent, it's that one right there, the one with like 5 million views with her with the weight belt on.
This one?
That one right there. It's just impressive how much weight she's lifting at 56 pounds or something. I think 56 or 58 pounds.
She's gonna. That almost is as much as I weigh. No, that is as much as I weigh. That's more than what I weigh.
Got this! Got this!
I got this.
Right. Nice job.
I need to show my boys this.
It's crazy. Like, just like elite lifting, you're considered like an elite lifter. Like I kind of nerd out about this a little bit. I'm not like necessarily like a meathead. Like, I'm not gonna like take all the injections and whatever, like steroids and all that. But I can appreciate someone who like is like they're pushing feats of strength. And you're considered an elite lifter typically if you can lift twice your body weight in a given lift. And she's lifting almost 3 times her body weight, which is like just absolutely insane.
Well,
I
this
think
one
there's a
says
video.
180 pounds here.
Yeah, do that one. That one's actually at like the Arnold Classic, which is like a world famous competition for weightlifting and bodybuilders. So she actually set, I think, the American record here. Yeah, get them inspired.
Yeah.
9-year-old Lucy Milgrim attempting 180 pounds. That's an adult.
I just love her, like how serious she is, like approaching this.
Yeah, she's definitely got the
Look how-
grr face on.
She's like so tiny.
9 years old.
The belt is almost as big as she is.
I pity the fool that tries to mess with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm holding my breath and I'm not even lifting.
I know.
That's crazy, dude.
That's crazy, man.
Oh my
Yeah, I think that was 3 times her body weight. Like that's
insane.
So. Yeah, it's just so impressive. She's done some other like fun videos with some other like content creators, like the one with like the 67 pull-ups. She's done
This one, right?
I don't know. She's definitely
Lord,
getting a.
Her abs are insane.
I know. Yeah. Now I know there is some debate. Like a lot of people will say like lifting as a child like it can like stunt development and all that. I would say like there are definitely times when that can be the case. Especially when like you're just jumping into like lifting heavy weights with no prior training. But I mean, just looking at her and like even just other videos of her wrestling, like she's been doing like pretty physical sports and has learned, like it's obvious that she's learned really good technical form on all these things. So I would say like there's no danger to her like development and growth. I wouldn't say like, hey kids, like do what she's doing because it definitely takes a lot of intentionality and time to work up to this. But having a foundation in like a sport like wrestling is like so cool, like because that just develops a lot of just muscular growth and strength. And I don't know, it's just funny to watch a 9-year-old rip out like 45 pull-ups like it's nothing.
Yeah.
So
I'm just looking at her arm and chest muscles in that one video all the way down second row to the left. I'm like, holy.
Yeah.
This one right here?
Insane. Yeah, look at her arm and
yeah, she's
arm and
just
shoulder muscles.
ripped.
What I love about stuff like this is, if I could stray into topics that, usually get people angry and stuff like that, she is definitely tomboyish in the sense that she wants to do a sport that boys technically usually go after. But she can still be a girl and kick butt doing this type of stuff. And awesome to her parents to allow her to chase what she loves, whether it's wrestling, lifting, doing athletics. And nobody should ever think less of her for that because that's the path that she chose. But what I love about it is she's not trying to be like, she is who she is, and she's not going to change herself to another gender or whatever.
Yeah.
She's just a girl who can kick butt.
Yeah.
It's
I would be a parent not worried that she could hold her own. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's really cool because I mean, just seeing her like videos of her wrestling. I know, like, I guess a big like plug to here in Hernando County, like there's Hernando Wrestling Club, and I know my oldest son was doing that for a while. And really, it's the high school like wrestling coach. He basically started this I guess wrestling club for all ages. I think starting at 5 years old.
Wow.
And so like I started taking my son there a few years back, and I think it's every Tuesday and Thursday, and there was like quite a few like young girls in there wrestling and just holding their own and just strong as all get out. But it's also so cool because that coach who helps, train up these kids is also the high school wrestling coach, and like the amount of like young lady wrestlers that have gone and like become like state champs like in wrestling, it's crazy. Like there's some really strong, like confident women like basically like being raised up in that sport. And I don't know, I really do have an appreciation for that. So, and it's just any type of like physical feat like this is just, to me, it's inspiring. And it also keeps you humble. Like I'm never gonna brag about what I can lift, because there's gonna be a 9-year-old girl somewhere that can literally do what I can do, if not better. So stay humble. Yeah.
That's awesome. So Lucy Milgrim, out there getting it with championship records and all sorts of stuff. I'm sure we'll see her probably in the Olympics someday, or
dude, absolutely,
breaking all sorts of records as she grows up. Links in the description below. I tried wrestling for a little while when I was in middle school, and they grab in weird places, and I was not happy about that. So I was like, I did a week-long wrestling camp at Sprayberry High School. Fun fact,
so you're in it.
That high school is the one they filmed Remember the Titans in. Yeah, I don't know if you remember that, but the football movie, Remember the Titans, with Denzel Washington.
Cool. Yeah, great.
They filmed it at that high school, Sprayberry High School in Atlanta.
Wow.
But I was not happy having to wear the leotard. And then the first time a dude bigger than me grabbed something he wasn't supposed to, I was like, yeah, good, I'm done. I'm going to go play rugby instead.
Yeah, I'm going to do something else.
I will say,
like,
my son wants to wrestle. He wants to start wrestling.
Honestly, I feel like your son would be great at it. I know my oldest, he was really into it. But they were actually doing this kind of like intermission like game at wrestling practice, and during the game he got tripped up and fell and landed and actually broke his arm.
Oh no.
So so that kind of I don't want to say like shut that down for him, but like I think going back to like wrestling is just, you just have that thought in your mind like, I'm gonna get hurt. So
yeah,
it's, I'm not gonna force anything on him, but that was just a freak thing.
Torn between football and wrestling, and I so hope he chooses wrestling. Like my mama heart's like, yeah, just choose wrestling. Let's go down that route. Let's try that.
Well, if it's injuries that you're worried about, Katelyn, he can get injured just as much in wrestling as he can in football.
No, I'm not necessarily worried. Like, I'm worried about the injuries. I'm worried about like the head, like the helmets and the potential concussions, things like that. At a young age, like to me, that's like.
That's fair.
It's just my mama heart, but it's like I also.
Is there a helmet that will fit his head?
It's funny you say that.
I'm sorry, Jackson. I didn't mean that's a bad shot, man. I'm sorry. It's the Tischler noggin, dude.
He got it. It's funny. We had to get him his own helmet for the baseball team.
No.
I mean.
Okay, I need to stop making jokes. He's probably sensitive.
Naomi, they all had to share the same helmets. So.
It's in the genes. It's in the genes.
They are also the tallest and biggest kids on the field. I mean, it is
That's
like there's not a small Tischler. There's just no, they don't exist.
That's funny.
That's funny.
All right, so we can go into fresh feed, or we can go into Matt's Manly Minute, or we can go to Brightside. What are you guys feeling?
We can do the fresh feed first.
You want to do fresh feed? It's been a minute since we've done fresh feed.
Yeah, it has.
We have an interesting topic this week for fresh feed.
Very lighthearted, and it's bringing light or shining a light on some things in America.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's kick it off here and do fresh feed.
Fresh feed. Fresh. Fresh feed.
So Fresh Feed is the segment where we like to highlight trends in social media that make you laugh, that can inspire you. Obviously, the same ideal of flipping your feed. Anybody that is spending any time on social media in America right now, or even paying attention to the news, is hearing about the European shock and awe for their experiences of coming over here to and it's not just European, I guess it's all over the world. I've seen Australians, I've seen people from Africa and Asia flipping out on what America actually is like when they come here to experience the World Cup. I do think it's funny that it started out with all of these soccer teams not being able to handle the weather here in the United States. You know, we used to be mocked because we love our AC, and you know, they were like, "Oh, you don't understand what heat is like," or whatever. And then they come here, and I believe it was England. They were in Tampa, and they were just like dying on the field because of the humidity and the heat, and it's just funny. They can't take it. They can't hack it. And then all the, you know, because that was practice time, and then all of the fans started coming over. I've heard stories of the Scots taking over Boston and just absolutely like running out of beer in all the bars because they're drinking all the beer.
Well, have you seen Dave Portnoy's review of like he was never interested into the World Cup until now because he was talking about, is it the people from the Netherlands or somewhere else that some people do the row. And then
Norway. It's Norway.
Some people do the do.
They have their little dances and stuff that they do. Yeah.
So it's like he's like, I'm all of a sudden a soccer fan because I just want to be able to see the patriotism from all of these other countries.
Yeah.
But it is fascinating to see how you know the world had betrayed the United States to these countries, and then they're coming over here and they're like, it's freaking amazing over here. It's the best place ever.
So we've got a selection of reaction videos. Some of them are compilations of different people experiencing America for the first time. There's some that aren't in here that I also want to point out. There's a lot of them out there today where it's just the headline says the politicians are the problem. And it shows cops dancing with fans from the Netherlands or from Mexico or from, you know, fans of different teams celebrating out in the streets. And it's just, people are people, you know, especially when it comes to sports and fandoms and stuff like that, and being able to experience it and celebrate with people, even if your team is the one that lost and they're the team that won. There just seems to be this overwhelming spirit of camaraderie, fellowship, and joy really at all these events. And if you spend any time on social media, especially TikTok, you'll probably come across a few of these. But these videos focus more specifically on their reactions to our food, our grocery stores, the fact that they get free refills or that there's ice in their drinks. So let's watch a couple of these. It always makes me smile.
Or the fact that they can't walk.
Thanks so much. You're welcome.
This is one pancake?
Yeah, welcome to America. You know, I used to be little like you.
Ich will essen alles. Oh mein Gott, Tomaten.
Look at this. Just a little bag of popcorn for you. It's as long as an adult's arm.
What?
The size of an adult's arm.
So, you like shopping in America a lot better, honey? We've already got 3 items.
That's a Walmart.
I'm in heaven. What's happening? I can get bread, milk, and an air rifle.
Yo, can you just give me a green card, bro? Oh.
Loot right in the house. Right to the left, you walk in, and the loot's right here. There's a toilet, right? It's hot outside, but when you step in, it's like a winter's day.
Oh yeah, brother, I love me some Waffle House too.
Everybody's been complimenting Waffle House. The amount of people saying that Waffle House has been one of their favorite places to go to, it's been insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hold on. That shouldn't.
Pause. Epic mustache, by the way. I know, Matt, you commented on that earlier, but like,
yes,
sir, that mustache.
Did you see Wendy's comment?
No.
Look at Wendy's comment.
No, it's a Frosty. They're 2 different things. I'm not even going to open those replies.
Work. That should not work. Hot French fries in a chocolate milkshake.
Well, it's a Frosty. It's
a Frosty, but it's basically a chocolate milkshake. That shouldn't work, but that's actually really good. That is actually really good. I'm actually very, very shocked at that.
Actually.
I'll go back for some more, though.
I want a Frosty now.
Oh,
Fries.
that sounds
very,
really
very
good.
weird. That works.
I just gotta
You've never
say,
had it before?
when he's not
I
talking,
would
he's the
never have
most
thought about mixing
American-looking Brit.
fries with a frosty donut is actually very surprising. That is actually something pretty special. Pretty special.
Ah,
Oh,
dude, I can taste that.
Bloody
I know
great.
exactly
Hot
what that
take,
tastes
I
like.
am.
It ruins the Frosty when you're done with the fries, though, because then the Frosty's all salty.
Nah, I still eat the Frosty.
Ugh.
Same guy in the grocery store.
why have you got so many cereal choices? It's unreal. Yeah, I got Fruit Loops here. I don't even think Fruit Loops are legal in the UK. Look at those colours.
Freedom, baby.
Look at those
Seen
colors.
cereal with as bright fluorescent colours as that before. 100% straight chemical that in it. I just realised this is not this entire row behind me is cereal. You've also got this side as well. Insane. I've just got to a section of bags. Cereal. What the? Never seen cereal.
Fun
in
fact,
a bag
my boys go
the
through a
size
bag
of
of
my
that in
entire
3 days.
torso.
I believe it.
Before. But I mean, it doesn't surprise me. But is everyone actually eating this kind of cereal? Go big or go home is the American motto.
That is
America.
true. So, you know, we were all fed the lie that you got to have like a balanced breakfast, and that included cereal and grains and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. It really isn't. It's just a lot of sugar and carbs. But I do enjoy a good bowl of cereal every now and then.
I feel a bowl of Cocoa Pebbles. and
So,
a
Cocoa,
nice
like, what's your
cold milk.
favorite?
Cocoa Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles. What about you, Matt?
I honestly like the chocolate Rice Krispie cereal.
Okay,
It's
so
a
we
little
got.
bit better than Cocoa Pebbles for me.
I would agree. Cocoa Pebbles get a little like mushy for me.
No, you have to eat them fast.
Yeah.
You can't have soggy Cocoa Pebbles. That Zach lets them sit, and I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah, I inhale my every food, so not
It's
a problem.
Frosted Flakes for me. I just
That's a good one.
I get to a point where I crave them and I just have to buy a box. And I treat it as like my dessert or whatever at night.
That's good.
You know, I'll do but man, I can tear up a whole box of Frosted Flakes on vacation. That's like the first thing I buy. A box of Frosted, and I just tear them up, man.
If I'm gonna eat cereal without milk, kind of like a snack, I want Reese Puffs.
I can see that.
Reese Puffs
I can
are
see it as a
so
snack
good.
for sure.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, when you're a mom and you're packing snacks for the diaper bag, and then you're in church and you're hungry, your kids are in the nursery, and you're like, what am I going to eat? You pull out the Reese Puffs.
That's fun.
That Zach and I looked at each other, it's like, you will get the snacks, and we're handing each other Reese Puffs.
In church. Oh my goodness.
All right, let's take a look
It was
at.
a big step up when our sanctuary allowed us to bring food in.
Yeah,
Ooh.
well,
John?
no comment
Couldn't have
on
coffee,
that.
couldn't have nothing?
I'll leave that one alone. Let's take a look at this one.
The full American experience until you try the Walmart. Look, we're gonna find some interesting stuff today. I'm excited. Wait. Guys, why is it so big? Like why is everything
They're just amazed at the size of everything.
Capitalism.
This is insane.
He's
That
not
looks
even
good,
in
though.
Sam's
That looks
Club.
very good. They're like the size. Is it not crazy? I love it. This is so insane. Like you can feed like an entire city with this ground beef. It's this is paradise right here. I want to buy all. I want to. Yeah, here we are. The milk.
Do you not have gallons of milk?
I guess not.
No.
$7 for 60 eggs. I don't know about the quality of these eggs, but for the price, I'll buy them every day. I know those. I saw those before.
That sounds
Think
good.
of Toy
In
Story.
a movie or something, I think. I'm pretty like Toy Story, no? Don't they use those ones
Yeah.
in Toy Story? I think. Oh, you want some olive oil too? Don't worry, I got you. Oh, this is great. I love this part.
There's your Reese's.
Those ones are
Reese's
really
Puffs.
Oh my word.
I want to know what's
That's
in
the
there.
bag
so
you
like,
buy.
they're,
It says 3 days.
Wait.
Ooh.
Don't know about this one, guys. No offense, but pancake and a sausage?
Those low key. I don't know if you guys have ever had those.
I'm not.
Those are delicious.
You guys are really creative. Like, you have some interesting ideas, and I love that. Oh, those ones, they look really good. I'm not gonna lie. Les petits poissons, les petits pains au chocolat. Okay, you haven't had the.
And that was just part one. He has lots of other videos.
Oh man,
Like
that's fun.
I've been to like the Caribbean. I've been to Central America, like Mexico, Honduras, and I've seen grocery stores there, and they're not all dissimilar really to ours. Like when I was in Mexico, they actually had a Walmart in the city that I was in. So like the shock for them, I don't think is the same. But Matt, like you've been to like Eastern Europe and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
I
I've been
imagine it's
some-
very different over there.
I've been some different places. Yeah. Honestly, some places in Turkey like have there's some bigger supermarkets, but the portions are very different. I mean, much smaller. Not as you're not gonna have like 57 varieties of like any given thing. Like you might have
Right.
one and it's small. But I'll say like in some of the African countries that like we've served in as missionaries, I mean you're not seeing that. Maybe in South Africa where it's a little bit more like modernized and industrialized, but I mean other African countries like you might have a guy who specifically imports stuff and like has his own little shop that has more of a selection than most, but it's nothing like what we have here. So a lot of times we would just have a suitcase full of like perishable items like snacks, protein bars, things that like even consumables like, you know, soaps and shampoos that like we're used to or prefer to use, because you just can't get it over there or anything similar for that matter. So
Yeah.
I can totally understand some of the places, seeing some of the places that we've been. I can understand just the shock value of like, wow, like there's so much.
Well, some of the things that I've seen them react to that I'm just like, wow, I never really thought about it, was, you know, I love the videos where people react to like sweet Texas smoked barbecue and things like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, what? They're like, their mind is blown.
Yeah.
Or biscuits and gravy, good Southern sausage biscuits and gravy, or sweet tea, or just the fact that our prices do not include tax. So you have to take into account that like when you're going to go pay for something, it's going to be more
true.
expensive than what you see.
Yeah.
The whole tipping thing, that you can't just walk everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I've seen
Oh,
many
I
people
know.
say like, oh, you Brits are going to have a rude awakening when you think that it's only a 3-mile walk. No, there is no sidewalk. You have Americans drive everywhere.
It's also
Like,
95 degrees outside
Yeah,
and 80%
and
humidity.
so
Yeah.
I think it's truly fascinating. And then some of them just in awe of like someone commented saying they were driving through Louisiana and they're like, oh my gosh, the scenery changes so much and it's so beautiful. And I'm like, you're driving through Louisiana?
I mean, I wasn't gonna.
I've been you know, I hate to
I
burst
was
your
gonna fire
bubble,
shots
but,
at
like,
Louisiana, but you pretty much you said it.
Yeah.
Sorry for the people that are in Louisiana and watch us. I love you. But I think I know of one. And I do love you.
But you're probably not there for the scenery either.
But she lives in Louisiana and she
Well,
anyways.
It's very different than like they're probably where they're from in like England or whatever. I think what blew my mind too is when you really think about like how their living is so different from ours. Like they live in walkable cities. They live in places where they may not have a car and they jump on a bike or they take a train or whatever to get to different things. So it's not as the infrastructure that we have in America is so different than it is around the rest of the world.
The fact that America is so much bigger. So like someone said a video of like people are like, oh yeah, well I'll just drive through these couple countries, and they're like, well that's not even gonna make it across Texas.
Yeah, I saw that video too.
So it's crazy to think, you know, I don't think of America, the United States of America being as big as it is compared to like Europe, but it really is.
It's huge, yeah. And it is such a diverse melting pot of cultures, and I think that's the difference. Like, you know, these people are from the country that they're from, and it's like the culture is like kind of siloed. Like, this is what we eat here. America is like just, you know, there's
It's a
literal
melting pot.
like boroughs in New York where it's like You've got Chinatown, where it's literally like people don't even know how to speak English. Like you've
Mm-hmm.
got literal like everyone crammed in, so you can go on this corner and get like an actual Italian, meal, and then here's any Asian cuisine. It's crazy. So there's really nothing like it here in America, I would say, as far as food and diversity.
It's a little arrogant, but like the world comes to us. You know what I'm saying?
In a sense, yeah.
You can go to these places and pretty much every major city, and you can find. Name a cuisine, you can find it, right?
Yeah.
Or it's the being the economic hub of the world, a global economic power like we are. Everything seems to flow through our country, and it's super arrogant. I mean, I don't want to come off as arrogant, but like, and we're so blessed. We're so blessed, and most of the time we don't even realize how blessed we are.
And I feel like that's kind of like ties into a little bright side moment, because it's like these, people traveling from other places in the world coming over here. I think we truly take for granted what we have and the blessings we have, because we're so used to it, and we just can complain and we can nitpick or whatever, and we can doom scroll and watch the news. And then they come over here and they highlight and they make light of all of the, whether it's good for you or not, but all of the things that we take for granted.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just like, that's truly cool. It's for all of us. I feel like the mood of the country for a little bit, has kind of like uplifted a little bit with all of this current social trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Fresh Feed. I just, it's something that it's been all over my social media feeds, and I feel like we had to talk about just the wonder of people experiencing America for the first time. It also makes you think too, like, how are we portrayed in the media to the other countries around the world if people are coming here and they're that shocked that people are nice to them? Like, I watched a video of a lady who went to a restaurant in Alabama, and she's wearing Alabama, the University of Alabama merch and stuff like that, because I guess that's where the game was played at in their stadium. And they went into this restaurant, and the people were so nice. They were like giving them free food and having them try things because they knew they were from a different country. And it just blew their mind that people would be that genuine and that nice, because they think, or what they thought of Americans before, is that we were all rude. We were all like fat and hated people, and were racist and all these other different things. And they come to find out that the majority of, there are Americans like that. Every country has their, people that we're ashamed of, but we're not all like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part, we're people, and just like around the world.
I saw a French guy say this. I think I shared one of the videos to you, John. But a French guy said, we've got to stop saying those dumb Americans, those dumb tourists, those whatever. Because, like, we go over there and we might appear dumb because we don't know their culture. We don't know what's rude or not, culturally acceptable when we're out of our element. But when people come over here, for sure, I think we're very welcoming. At least, like you said, John, the majority of us are. And then we're just the giant melting pot of the world. So you're going to find people that are like you somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we are over an hour.
Cool.
We throw in a Matt's Manly Minute real quick?
Yeah, we can bring it in for a landing, for sure.
Bring it in for a landing. All right, let's do this, and do this, and do this.
Matt's Manly Minute.
Hello. Welcome.
Katelyn with the mustache.
Every time.
One day I'm going to make a curl.
One day. I mean, mine's out right now. I was sweating so bad I just had to take a shower because I was just so gross. So, anyways.
Florida,
yeah. Florida, summertime.
Is the season.
It's cool though. I'm. It's nice probably that we're finishing on this note, because it's a little bit more serious, I would say. But I wanted to just share just a quick story of a time when I was helping my grandparents. There was a lot of just junk and yard waste and stuff that they needed to have hauled off to the dump, and I had a truck at the time, so I offered to go and help them do that. So we loaded up my truck, and I ended up driving to a local landfill here in town. And I just remember, like, I'm driving up the ramp to, unload everything in the back of the truck. And so I step out, and there was an actual like attendant there. I didn't realize they had like a dump attendant that kind of helped direct you to the different bins and things. But I was just talking to the guy, just trying to just have, casual, friendly conversation. I didn't go there with any intention other than to dump this trash. And so I just asked him like, hey, how's it going today? Is it a good day or whatever? And he just started talking to me, like just kind of just sharing his, what's going on in his life. And it got like deep real quick, and he's sharing all these issues, and I'm just looking at him, and he looks at me, he looks right in my eyes, and he's like, there's something different about you. He literally said, like, I'll never forget, he's like, there's a light in your eyes. And I just like, I don't know, it just like it made me just like so excited inside. But I almost like welled up with tears in that moment too, because like he's as a believer, I mean, I want to carry, the light of Christ and that hope and that peace. And this guy obviously was just struggling through whatever life circumstances he was struggling through, but I'll never forget that he saw that like in me as we're just talking, and he pointed it out to me, and it was just an open door to just, pray right there on the alleyway, whatever dump station that I was at. And so I just grabbed this guy and just prayed with him for the circumstances that he was walking through. And that was it. I mean, nothing like profound or anything happened. Like, we hugged it out there for a second afterwards, and it was a really cool moment. And I mean, there's different stories you can kind of pull from that, or different lessons, I guess, you could pull from that, like just always being available no matter what the circumstance. But for the sake of like this podcast theme of light, like, don't forget, you truly do carry the light of Christ wherever you go. And I mean, that's just one story where someone's told me that, but and I'm not saying this for any clout or like to brag or anything like that, like I'm holier than thou type thing, but I've multiple times just run into these situations just talking to people out in the wild, and just so many people have just specifically commented like, there's something different when I look in your eyes, and it's a light. They can truly just sense that just there's something different. And every time it just opens up this door to be able to just speak right to the situation that they're in, and invite Christ into that, and pray with them and show them, genuine love and attention that they might not have gotten. Obviously, many of them are hurt in a lot of these situations. So it was just a cool story, and I felt like it was just a great fit for the topic of light. And I know we've kind of been all over the map tonight, which is fun. It's fun to talk about light in different contexts, but just to kind of end it on that spiritual note, just remember the light that you do carry, and don't forget that there's a world out there in darkness, and just the light that you carry does make a difference. And so be ready at all times to share that light with others.
Absolutely. It makes me think of one of my favorite worship songs right now. It's called No Matter Where the Altar Is by Covenant Worship, and there's a line in there. It says, you promised me your presence no matter where the altar is. And it's like, wherever you go, wherever you might find yourself, even at the dump, moment the presence of God is there, because you create an altar right then and there, and you pray, and you intercede, and you connect with the Spirit of God, and his presence is there, and it's powerful. Either that or just everybody's hitting on you, Matt. That could be it too. So
I don't think this brother was in that frame of mind whatsoever.
I mean, that's one of the best compliments I feel like someone could ever give. Like, they saw Jesus on you. They might not have known it. Absolutely. It was, but they saw Jesus on you, and that's pretty awesome.
And then they learned real quick right afterwards when we prayed and invited Jesus, into the situation. So I'll take that compliment any day of the week.
Awesome.
You've invited Jesus in a trashy situation. That's pretty awesome.
That's
pretty manly.
Matt's Manly Minute.
Matt always dropping the feels, man.
Oh, man.
Dropping the feels. It is about that time to pick our next theme.
Let's do it.
Neon green screen in my face.
The green. Alien abduction.
And I'll also take this moment again, if for whatever reason you guys are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up and smizzack the notification bell. We are at 54 people, so we are still steadily growing, just incrementally in little tiny steps. If you like the podcast, if you keep coming back, If you just like laughing at us, share it with a friend. Tell a friend about it. Let them know that they can watch us on YouTube, or they can listen to us on audio platforms like Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts as well. We appreciate each and every one of you that listens every week. It means a lot to us, and hopefully we can turn this into something, a force for good. But this week the theme was light. Next week, and let me just double check here real quick, make sure that I've got light off of the list.
True.
It is off.
Cool.
I hope we get creativity or curiosity. I got a good one for curiosity.
Curiosity would be good. Let's see. I'm gonna pull for
laughter would be good.
Ooh, man, some of these are tough. I'm gonna pull for bliss.
Oh, that would be a good one. There's a particular creator I really want to highlight that I think that you would like, John. So I'm hoping it fits one of the topics that we get today.
All right.
I'm nervous.
All right, let's spin that wheel. It's funny. I try to slow down to match your timing. It's funny.
Dreamer.
Okay, my creator can work for this. It can work for this because I am in awe of what they do.
Is going to be episode 28.
Cool.
Cool. All right. Any final thoughts this evening as we close out the recording for this episode for you guys?
Let your life be a light.
Let your life be a light. That's a good one. We still need to come up with like something to say at the end. It's like I don't think about it until we get to this moment, and then I'm like, stank, I haven't come up with something. But anyway, I digress. We appreciate every one of you that has stayed and listened to our shenanigans. We hope we have made you smile, laugh, uplifted you, and given you some good creators to follow. But until next time, we bid you adieu, and we will peace.
See you.
Katelyn, that was really slow. We're gonna have to do that again. Like Matt and I were hitting the piece, and you were like,
Okay. Okay. I was debating on whether I was gonna do it or not. Here we go. We're all ready. We're ready.
Okay, peace.
Peace.
LightMode, turn that frown around. Bright side vibes bouncing all around. Hopes bursting out, laughter everywhere. Packed with pure joy, we're taking you there. LightMode, wonder we bring. Good times forever, hear us sing. Feel the beat. Flip your feet.